Hey everybody, welcome back. Can you believe this is like the third time I've seen you just for Pokemon Go news within the last like 2 weeks? It's like we had nothing, and then everything. Well, not everything, but a lot of stuff. You guys know I wouldn't come to you with Pokemon Go information unless I thought I had something that was really worthwhile watching, right? You know that? Well, if you don't know that, you know now. We got a lot of leaks recently on gameplay footage, hatching, walking around, the Pokedex. So, I got a lot of stuff to show you. It's gonna be pretty great. We got a couple videos here. We got 3 videos here for you. 2 of them are in pretty decent quality. One of them's a really big video. I'm not gonna show you the whole thing. I'll have a link for it if you want. Quality is pretty potato-like. But there's a lot of footage in the long one. There's a lot of footage. So I'm going to be curating what I show you guys now. I'll have a link to the whole thing in the description. Check it out on your leisure if you want. It's like a 13-minute video because, oh my god. All credit goes to this man, Daaaaaaaaaaamn. The fuck is your name? All the credit goes to basically the same dude. He'll be in the description. Check him out. He's on Telegram if you want to hit him up. He sounds like he's talking to people. So if you want to do that, I didn't even know what Telegram was until 35 minutes ago, but I guess it's a messenger app. It's for both iOS and Android, so do what you want. Anyway, I'm going to start you guys off with this video right here. Now, the reason for that is because there's a couple things that video looks at that I really want to talk to you about first. As you can see, these Pokemon all have numbers above their sprites. These numbers are their combat point total, CP. Now CP, if you're playing VGC, this is not championship points. We're not trying to get a world's invite here. These points tell you how strong your Pokemon is. Pokemon of the same species can have different CP numbers. Your Meowth can be suckier than my Meowth, I hope it is. But that's due to an inherent value in the Pokemon that you catch in Pokemon Go. Think of them like IVs, except for you can actually see them. Isn't that refreshing for a change? Now, the next thing we see though, this Meowth summary page. If you scroll, when it scrolls down, you get to see something called evolution shards. Now, this is the mechanic that will allow you to evolve your Pokemon. We have a lot of information on this. This is probably the biggest part of this leak, in fact. The way you evolve your Pokemon is not by battling and then, training your Pokemon and leveling it up like a typical Pokemon game. It's by collecting shards to create an evolution stone. Every Pokemon evolves in Pokemon Go by an evolution stone. Every time you catch a wild Pokemon, you're given a shard of that Pokemon's species. If you catch a Meowth, you get 1 shard of an evolution stone of the Meowth species. Okay? For any given Pokemon to evolve, you need to collect enough shards to create their evolution stone. Depending on whether your Pokemon can only evolve once or twice, determines the amount of shards you need in order to obtain their evolution stone. So let's take Ekans, okay? For example, let's take an Ekans. Ekans evolves once into Arbok. Arbok doesn't evolve anymore. In order to evolve Ekans, you need 20 Ekans shards. In order to get an Ekans shard, you need to catch an Ekans. So what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to go around, catch 20 Ekans, you'll get an evolution stone, then you can use that evolution stone to evolve 1 of your Ekans, your choice. You'll probably pick the one with the highest CP number, but you'll get to pick whatever you want to evolve. That's up to you. Legitimately, you're allowed to just catch a Pokemon and immediately release it. You will still get the shard for that Pokemon. That's good news because you're going to be filling up your box real fast otherwise. Now, let's say your Pokemon can evolve twice. Let's say it's Squirtle. Squirtle evolves into Wartortle. Wartortle evolves into Blastoise, right? Each stage takes 10 evolution shards in order to obtain the evolution stone for that Pokemon. So, if you want to evolve Squirtle into Wartortle, you need 10 Squirtle shards. If you want to evolve Wartortle into Blastoise, you need 10 Wartortle shards. Now, some of you might be freaking out. Holy crap, I have to catch 100 Squirtle? No, you can catch stage 2 Pokemon in the wild. That's completely possible. That will come down to your trainer level, so the higher your trainer level, the more often you'll find stronger Pokemon in the wild. The more often you'll find Wartortle in the wild. And that way you'd only have to catch 10 Wartortle that way. But they are harder to catch and harder to find, and you need to be a higher level in order to find them more frequently than Squirtle. So, if your Pokemon can only evolve once, you need 20 shards. That's 20 Pokemon of that species. If your Pokemon can evolve twice, you need 10 shards for each of those evolution stages. The only exception to this rule that they found so far, and now note, all of this information is subject to change. The game's not out yet. It's still in beta. They could completely throw everything on its back and then just say F you to everything that we have. The only exception so far to this rule, Magikarp needs 100 shards to turn into Gyarados. I don't know why. Maybe Gyarados is really extra strong. Maybe they're just trolling us. But Magikarp appears to need 100 shards in order to evolve into a Gyarados. Have fun with that. And please keep in mind, all of this information is subject to change. The game's in beta. I mean, they could completely change everything that we know about Pokemon Go if they want to. They probably won't. That would take a lot of work and probably wouldn't get the game done in time, but they absolutely could if they want to. I've also got some more pretty exciting miscellaneous information for you guys, just about Pokemon Go in general. Now, Pokemon spawn points aren't entirely random, at least not in the beta. Your trainer is able to send out a little ping ring that will flash little spots on the map that'll show you where Pokemon spawn at. So you won't have to just aimlessly walk around in the middle of nowhere finding nothing for all of eternity. The game also apparently currently completely destroys your battery, meaning you get about 2 hours of playtime on a fully charged phone. Now, the game developers are currently trying to reduce that strain, but it's looking like serious players might want to look into getting an external battery pack or two if they're looking to play for long extended hours of the game itself. Currently, the app is about 50 megabytes big, so make sure you clear up enough space on your phone to actually download the game when it comes out. Player customization also seems to be quite extensive in Pokemon Go itself, with up to 52 different items that you can use to customize your trainer with. We previously talked about badges and how they're more like accomplishment medals than anything else. Some of these accomplishments would include X amount of distance walked, certain amount of Pokemon caught, hatched, number of gyms beaten, stuff like that. I also previously told you guys that there looked like there were going to be starter Pokemon in Pokemon Go. However, this looks like it's no longer the case, or potentially was never the case. From the data mine that we had received, there were slots in the game code that talked about starter Pokemon, but it appears as if this either was changed later or never actually meant starter Pokemon in the same sense that you and I think about starter Pokemon in. So for anybody's hopes I got up, I'm sorry. There will also be these things called Biomes in Pokemon Go, which will basically just be different areas where you're going to be catching Pokemon or battling gyms at. Different biomes will have different backgrounds for your Pokemon encounters, your battles, etc. that happen in those areas. So I'll have a screenshot of all the biomes like right here. You can look at them. They probably don't look that spectacular without anything in front of them, but this is what we can expect to see in the future as far as backgrounds go. Excitingly, there's also a chance to encounter shiny Pokemon in Pokemon Go. Now, the rate's the same as it is in the main series games, a 1 in 8,192 chance, but expect there to be shiny Pokemon and for some people to go absolutely crazy trying to find them. I'm looking at you, shiny hunters. Also, one last thing before I go. As I was rendering this video, I found on Niantic's blog that they're opening field testing applications to people in Australia and New Zealand for Pokemon Go. So, if you guys live in one of those two areas and you want to get in on some of this early access beta stuff, by all means, I've got a link in the description below. Click on it, sign up for it. You're not guaranteed a spot, but who knows, maybe they'll pick you. That'd be pretty cool, right? And that's about it for the information I have for you guys that I haven't told you before. Now, I've got some screenshots I'll be throwing up on the screen before I leave, but on top of that, check out the long video if you want to. It's got a ton of gameplay in it. It's 13 minutes long. It's in the description below. I've got links to the other videos I showed here too if you want to check them out. But a lot of new exciting stuff. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys learned something new. I hope you guys are excited for Pokemon Go. I've actually gotten a little bit more excited as each of these leaks have come out. I had pretty low expectations, to be honest, but as I've seen the gameplay and I think the new twist to the series itself, the real life interaction aspect, it seems like it's going to be cooler than I originally thought, which is nice. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope I have a great day. And until next time, stay frosty.